I'm coming from Berlin, and in Berlin we have been discussing about the Western Balkan situation. And I think there are two words that summarizes what has to happen in the Western Balkans. One is resilience, and another is reconciliation. We have to avoid Russia meddling in the Western Balkan affairs. We don't have to give any excuse for Russia to interfere in the political and economic life of the Western Balkans, because the future of the Western Balkans is anchored in the European Union. And there is a good news. Yesterday, the United Nations unanimously renewed the mandate of our military mission, Althea, in Bosnia-Herzegovina. This military mission shows the strong commitment of the European Union to keep peace in the Western Balkans and to conduct and accompany these countries in the European path, especially in the case of Bosnia-Herzegovina, where the Althea mission is being deployed. So let's work to increase the resilience of the Western Balkans, both from the economic point of view, political stability, and resilience against disinformation, cyber attacks, and hybrid threats. And secondly, to work with them in order to overcome the legacy of the past and to build reconciliation among them. Today here we have been talking about Ukraine, about the aggression, the war of aggression of Russia against Ukraine. Russia's Putin, or Putin's Russia, is destroying Ukraine. They cannot occupy it, they cannot win in the military, in the battlefield, they cannot win the war, and they are destroying the country systematically. They are bombing, destroying civil infrastructure. Millions of Ukrainians have no longer access to electricity. And what Putin is willing to do is to put the country in the darkness, in the winter time. This is a war crime. We have to continue supporting Ukraine, continue supporting, providing arms to defend themselves, to bring economic and financial support, and to reaching out the whole world in order to explain which are the causes and consequences of this war. Food and fertilizers are not under the European Union sanctions. It's not for our sanctions that there is a scarcity of food in the world. It is because of the blockade of Russia of the exports of grain from Ukraine. It's a good news that Russia has decided to go back to the deal brokered by the United Nations and Turkey. But for many time, for many weeks and months, the Ukrainian grain has not been exported, and you can count it on the number of people suffering hunger. So we have to reach out to the international community. We have to continue implementing the sanctions against the Russian economy, and we have to support Ukraine militarily as we are doing.